Imagine stepping into a world where music and theater collide in unexpected ways, or where a comedy series dares to poke at the absurdities of unimaginable wealth. Sounds intriguing, doesn't it? In this edition of our staff recommendations, we're diving into David Byrne's electrifying tour and Maya Rudolph's triumphant comeback in Loot, offering fresh takes that might just redefine how you see entertainment. But here's where it gets controversial. These picks aren't just about fun. They challenge our views on art, society, and the billionaires among us. Stick around to discover why we think these could be your next must-watch experiences, and we'll reveal the surprising twists that make them unforgettable. Drew Gillis shares his thoughts on David Byrne's Who is the Sky Tour, a show that's pushing boundaries like never before. David Byrne has long been a master at dissolving the barriers between a straightforward concert and a full-blown theatrical spectacle. For instance, his iconic film, Stop Making Sense, a 1984 documentary capturing talking heads live, is often hailed as the pinnacle of blending music with drama, turning stage performances into cinematic experiences. For beginners, Talking Heads was a legendary New York punk rock band from the 1970s and 80s. Known for experimental sounds and Byrne's quirky frontman style, then, in 2018, American Utopia showcased Byrne's solo, merging those elements seamlessly without his old bandmates. His latest adventure, the Who is the Sky Tour, echoes that spirit, but introduces a vibrant shift. Instead of the minimalist setups of the past, this tour bursts with color, dazzling lights, and high-energy vibes. Ditching his famous oversized gray suits for a striking blue overalls outfit, Byrne takes the stage amid a troupe of mobile musicians and enormous LED screens that cleverly pull real-world imagery into the performance space. Throughout the evening, Byrne integrates visuals that mirror the themes of his songs, sometimes in strikingly direct ways. Take And She Was, where projections show ethereal floating scenes over typical suburban neighborhoods, evoking a sense of dreamy detachment, or My Apartment Is My Friend, which invites viewers into Byrne's actual New York apartment, reflecting on his lockdown days in a deeply personal manner. Not all clips are serious. Everybody Laughs features whimsical footage from filmmaker John Wilson, adding his signature quirky charm. And Life During Wartime, originally a Talking Heads track about societal unrest, gets amplified with raw protest footage from anti-ICE rallies in Los Angeles, creating a powerful climax. And this is the part most people miss. Even when the show doesn't tackle current events head-on, its underlying optimism shines through, leaving you emotionally stirred in ways you didn't anticipate. Attending Byrne's debut at Radio City Music Hall was an eye-opener for me. I was genuinely surprised by how often I felt moved, by the performances, the messages, and even the diverse crowd, many of whom were older fans bringing along younger companions. Byrne quoted actor John Cameron Mitchell, declaring, "Love and kindness are kind of the most punk things you can do right now." For those new to punk culture, this genre emerged in the 1970s as a rebellious, anti-establishment music scene challenging norms. Think raw energy and DIY spirit. Now, apply that to kindness. It's a statement that's easy to dismiss as cheesy, but Byrne and his band brought it to life through their raw, honest artistry. The result? A night of pure enjoyment that didn't ignore the world's chaos, but embraced it with hope. A controversial take here. Is optimism in art a cop-out or a genuine rebellion against cynicism? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree that positivity can be punk, or is it just feel-good fluff? Now, shifting gears. Danette Chavez explores the third season of Loot on Apple TV, where Maya Rudolph shines brighter than ever. While director Paul Thomas Anderson tackles intense dramas in his latest film, One Battle After Another, Maya Rudolph settles into a much more luxurious and hilarious setting in the third season of Loot. This lighthearted comedy by creators Alan Yang and Matt Hubbard stars Rudolph as Molly Wells, a woman who, after divorcing a tech billionaire, portrayed by Adam Scott, rockets to becoming the world's third richest person. In Season 1, Molly, suddenly adrift in her newfound wealth, dived into philanthropy, but years of living in opulent isolation stripped away her practical skills, turning her into one of those comically inept TV bosses we've seen before. Season 2 clarified her goals, sharpening the show's focus and making it even more engaging. Season 3, which dropped on October 15th, continues on a path of good intentions mingled with bumps along the way. After a crushing setback in the previous season's finale, where Molly's bid to donate her billions and encourage others to follow suit fell apart, the episodes open with her in bye-bye mode, wallowing in self-pity on a secluded island. Fortunately, romance, mischief, and challenges soon reignite her spirit, and the real magic happens when the full cast reunites, including standouts like Michaela J. Rodriguez, Joel Kim Booster, and Ron Funches. Creators Yang and Hubbard lean into and eat with the rich philosophy, offering frothy workplace humor rather than a full-on exposé on wealth redistribution. To clarify, this means portraying the elite world sympathetically, while still acknowledging its flaws, much like how some shows invite you into glamorous lives without heavy judgment. They occasionally jab at big issues, like in one standout episode where Molly confronts a hair whitewashing their family's dark past through phony charity. But Loot isn't aiming for timely satire. It's rooted in the charming idea of good yet ridiculous people striving to improve, delivering stellar chemistry and laughs from every cast pairing. With Darcy Carden's upcoming role, expect even more of that delightful energy. But here's where it gets controversial. In a world obsessed with income inequality, is a show like Loot empowering by showing billionaires trying to do better? Or is it dangerously normalizing hoarded wealth? Could it be both? What do you think? Does this eat with the rich approach soften the blow of real-world greed? Or does it spark meaningful conversations? Share your opinions below. I'd be fascinated to debate whether comedy can truly challenge the status quo, or if it's just harmless fun.